Cuba's fuel crisis is worsening, with rolling blackouts now disrupting transportation, hospitals, and food supply across the island. While the United States says pressure on Havana is deliberate, Canada is moving ahead with humanitarian aid.
I have not discussed Canadian aid intentions with Secretary Rubio or the United States. This is Canadian foreign policy, and we are focused, as I just said, on the humanitarian situation.
In Havana, outages have become routine, but recently much worse. Cuba generates most of its electricity using fuel-powered plants, and shipments dropped sharply after sanctions and financial pressure hit its main oil suppliers, including Venezuela. With less fuel, buses are reduced, and entire neighborhoods now spend hours each day without power.
At this time, the announcement is $8 million towards international organizations that can support the people of Cuba at this time with aid and other supplies, including food.
Cuba is one of the most visited destinations for Canadian travelers, with hundreds of thousands of Canadians visiting the island each year.
Look, we already have a program there. We've been supporting the people of Cuba already, and this is an accelerated program to give them a bigger boost in this certain time.
Officials say more assistance could follow and stress the decision was made independently of U.S. policy. Cuba is a one-party communist state, and Washington has maintained economic sanctions on the government for decades. Those restrictions have tightened in recent years, limiting the island's ability to import fuel.
A regime that is falling, their country is collapsing, and that's why we believe it's in their best interest to make very dramatic changes very soon.
The White House says the pressure campaign is meant to push political and economic reforms, while Cuban officials argue the sanctions are worsening daily lives for civilians.
Cuba is right now a failed nation. There's an embargo. There's no oil, there's no money, there's no anything.
The United Nations warns prolonged fuel shortages could trigger a wider humanitarian crisis because electricity is needed to operate hospitals, preserve food, and pump clean water across the island. Brandon Rowe, City News.